Eric, I think you're probably go ahead.
Maybe I think an interesting thought here, and you brought some of these points. Launching a new program is definitely not a you don't think about it overnight and go for it. We've matured a C series in our case for a long time, for years, and the only reason why we decided to go is that we thought that we have, and we still believe today, strongly believe, and I think we're getting the recognition that we have a game changer airplane. Today, our airplane will be 20% better than whatever exists out there today. So when we were able to put all this together, we were comfortable to go ahead and launch the C Series because it is a real game changer. If you are within less than 10%, then you don't have a game changer, and people will start questioning, commonality and your capability to support and all of that. So we have a bit of a different view than the MRJ guy because we've been in that business for a long time. When today we look at what we could do better with our airplane, and start with a blank sheet of paper and design a brand new airplane, we will eventually do it, but we don't believe right now is the right timing. We don't believe the new technology is either mature enough or will make a game changer. So we have definitely a different view on it. When we look at our fuel efficiency number today compared to the MRJ, if you compare Apple with Apple, we see more a 3 to 4% advantage to the MRJ. But the good news or the bad news, depending where you sit, is by the time they will go into service, we're going to be closing that gap of 3 to 4%. So it's not going to be a game changer anymore. So we believe that timing is important, technology readiness is important. So that's how we make those decisions.
Guillaume, you want to touch on it for a minute? Obviously, you've had different iterations of the product.
If I can change a little bit the term of your question. Sure. So why did ATR continue to produce aircraft? Yes. There is a lot of uncertainty in this life, but one thing we are sure, and we are convinced that the price of the fuel will never go down. That we know that, and unfortunately we have to suffer. We were and we are still convinced that the turboprop is the solution to cope with this problem. For a specific market, we are not at all in the same market. We know that our niche market is less than 300 nautical miles, or let's say 350 and so. But in this market, whatever you say, I'm sorry for in this market, turboprop is unbeatable. So, and it's the reason why we pass through very difficult times, but we knew that our time will come back, and it is coming now.
Thank you. It looks like we're running close on time, and I want to turn it kind of over to our audience to let you, I think there's some microphones at each end, and we would definitely welcome you to come up to the microphones and feel free to ask our panelists any questions you may have. Somebody's got to go first. There you go, Bernie. I knew you'd get up there. Catherine will be right behind you.
Bernie Bolden from Low Fare Regional Airlines. I was interested in Eric's point there about getting closer to what MRJ might be in terms of a game changer. But you're not really comparing apples with C Series versus MRJ. I mean, they're really barking at your CRJ platforms. And given the fact that you have put a lot of emphasis on the Pratt & Whitney engine that's going to be your game-changing technology on the C Series, and they have it on the aircraft that is competing with your CRJ platforms, have you ever, did you ever consider re-engineering the CRJ platforms with the PW, I don't know what you'd call it, 1200? It'd be that sort of range, but obviously you'd have different numbers to it. But the PW 1200 program.
Yeah. But thanks for the question. I think it's true. Clearly when we've talked about the C Series, we've always said that 50% of the benefit are coming from the engine, and the other 50% are coming from the airframe. And it's clear, it's never one or the other. You need to have both, to have a compelling solution. And if you look at the technology, we have full composite wing as an example on the C Series. which is a key advantage. So all this take into account, it's in improving weight. We have, extremely good aerodynamic on the airplane. So it's a basket of a lot of things that are going to make this airplane 20% more efficient than whatever exists out there. And also to keep in mind that it's been designed for this market compared to our competitor, the 319 or 737. So this being said, to also answer your question, we are always looking at how we can improve fuel efficiency on our actual CRJ. But today, we don't see an engine that could fit on our platform that will give us, a real significant improvement. We have things to do. As I said, we believe today we have a gap of 3 to 4% with the MRJ, and we believe we're going to be closing this gap by improving the aerodynamic, by improving a couple of things, working with GE on the engine. On the nacelle also, there is some possibility. So we will continue to work, and we have a technology plan to do that over the next 3 years, and we are focused on that. So yes, but there's no plan right now to change the engine. We have a very reliable engine. It's still a well-performing engine, and we are going to continue to support it unless somebody comes up with a brand new solution that makes sense for us. You have to take into account that the gear turbofan also is very heavy. So if I look at the MRJ platform compared to ours today, it's 6,000 to 7,000 pounds heavier than ours. So you have to cope with that. You may have a more efficient engine, but at the same time, the additional weight, which is not only coming from the engine, you have to, 6,000 pounds is a lot. So that's something also that, you have to put into the equation. Thanks for the question.
Anybody else from the audience got any questions? No questions? This is your one chance to answer the tough questions. These are the guys that are building the latest, greatest, state-of-the-art aircraft. Go ahead, Bernie.
Sorry, me again. I'll come to the turboprops now. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about a Q400X 90-seater, but ATR has shied away from talking, well, always denied that it wants to stretch the current fuselage to a 90-seat, rather look at a new fuselage, new program completely. But one of the things in the whole industry is the fact that there's nothing of 50 seats and below brand new in a turboprop. And there's an awful lot of operators in this convention need those aircraft new. The Beech 1900s and Jetstream 31s, etc., are not going to last forever. And at the moment, there's only the ATR 42 as a 50-seat brand new aircraft. If you're not going to do it, where would you? And I can include anybody else who sees a manufacturer out there who might take it on. Where is the aircraft going to come from that's going to satisfy the 50-seat market and below? Because, as I say, there's an awful lot of people here in the US who travel on aircraft of that nature. Obviously, a lot of them operated by Chuck.
Yes. The sound is
I
very
knew he
bad.
would
I'm
ask
not
a
sure
tough
to have
question.
catch everything.